Welcome to For Formula One's Sake, the podcast that knows when to retire.
Does anybody really know when?
I forgot I had to talk. We haven't done this for ages.
Welcome to For F1's Sake, celebrating 10 years of F1 reviews.
10 years. If we were a child...
We'd still be a child.
We'd still be a child.
Welcome to For Formula One's Sake, the podcast that couldn't get sponsorship from the Middle East.
Did we try?
The Middle East came a knocking. We in our WhatsApp group wait, we probably shouldn't take the money, but we will. And then they went, nah, don't worry.
Welcome to For F1's Sake. To finish first, you have to finish.
Is finishing first the same as winning?
It's all a question of context.
Because technically Poland finished the war first. No one says they won.
Welcome to For F1's Sake. Yes, it's true, we are wrapping up after 10 glorious years. We've decided to call it a day, at least for this year anyway. So strap in for a shorter than usual pod where we look forward to a year of F1 without the pods. That's all to come. And joining me is a man who looks like he's only just found out. It's Terry Saunders.
Well, hi, everyone. I don't want to make it seem like I'm having a day of final things, but I've just come from packing my flat up because someone's moving in. Yeah, so it felt a bit too on the nose to be doing this final podcast as well as moving out of my apartment today.
Oh.
We shall miss your apartment.
I will miss my apartment. I was a bit emotional because there was a lot of dust there.
Are you still in the hipster part? Are you still in Kreuzberg?
No, I'm in Neukölln.
Nobody knows what that is.
Exactly, that's how hip it is. No, Neukölln is the coolest part of Berlin.
Now.
Are you taking your kitchen?
That's a very good question.
Oh, the Williams kitchen.
The answer is no, because couldn't be bothered. I was going to exchange the hob and the cooker, which are new ones, for the ones that are in my place now where I've moved in with my partner. And it was too complicated. There was lots of wires and silicon, so I decided not to. But I also just realised today as I was cleaning the place, the guy who's moving in is a fair bit shorter, shall we say? Because
watch.
Yeah, I know, no, he is. You know, I'm very tall, and when I built the kitchen, I built it for my height. Because I was like...
And you are quite tall. Yes.
I'm quite tall. And one thing I hate, I like cooking, but I hate bending over to cook. And I was like, this is my fucking kitchen. So I raised it up. The guy looked round and went, I love the place, I'll move in. And I don't think he actually went in the kitchen. So I think there's going to be a bit of a... potential issue.
Realising he's a child in a grown-up kitchen.
Next time you see him, he'll have a scalded chin. And next to him is a man who's also had a day of goodbyes. It's Phil Tromans.
I also went to say goodbye to a long-running friend of the podcast, my BMW.
Oh.
It's dead. I was going to do a big project. I had it all lined up where it was going to be the grand restoration to celebrate going over 200,000 miles. Let's bring it back to its former glory. And I got somebody who's going to help me with parts for a sponsorship and a local BMW specialist that was going to donate some time and everything, and it was going to get coverage in somewhere. And I took it in, and they looked at it and went, "Oh no." After they'd already looked at it and gone, there's quite a lot to do here, they took it out for a final test drive just to see how it drove. Hit a pothole, 2 flat tyres, and then just as I was complaining about that, they started it up to take it round the back, and the turbo blew up in a big cloud of smoke. I've put a lot of time and money into it, a lot of effort, but its time has run, and it's time to send it off to the scrapyard, which seems fairly apt in some ways.
It's as if it knew.
What about you, Ollie? Have you had a shit day?
So yes, this is very much the end. We won't be putting out any podcasts this year, at least. But do keep subscribed to the podcast, because you never know, we may return. But there is a reason that we are stopping.
Yeah, I hate you. Oh, sorry.
That's the main reason.
That's the main reason.
There's no one reason, is there? It's just sort of 10 years is a long time, and all of us are in very different positions to where we were 10 years ago.
This podcast started off with us doing it in a pub.
And we were all young and...
We were so young. I mean,
mid-30s.
Was it 10 years? I was 35. Oh, God. To be 35 again. And that crippling anxiety. But we had a lovely time, and we had a bit of a following. We're doing quite well.
None of us had children.
And then, the pandemic kind of happened. Well, no, it definitely happened. And I moved to Berlin, and we went from doing things in pubs to doing stuff on Zoom, which is fine and it's all good. But then in this period as well, Netflix has happened, and Formula One has gotten to be ridiculously popular. There's a bunch of 10-year-olds doing podcasts, and they're all in their bedroom together, and they're all sitting there together. They're not sat there on the internet, and I don't know. We're starting to become like three old farts.
Well, we are, and they're too happy. They're too happy, but everyone seems to like it.
Yeah,
they think everyone's good. It's weird.
That's a really good point. I think that we've got a fan base of people who don't really like Formula One, but watch Formula One. Like
some of them don't.
Yeah, we have to be honest with ourselves. That our demographic is definitely people who like Formula One because their dad made them watch it, but they don't not really understand why. There's no other reason for it. It's not that popular. And now it's this like behemoth. Everyone's talking about Formula One. Oh, Lando Norris is sexy. And I used to be the only person who found any Formula One driver sexy, and now it's just a fucking meme. Oh, where were you when Pascal Wehrlein was around, eh?
If only TikTok had been around for you in the mid-'80s. Holy moly, you'd have made a killing with your weird Nigel Mansell fan content. Which, frankly, we're still, if anybody wants that and wants to pay for it, we'll consider a comeback.
I mean, you give me an idea. Like,
But there's a lot more competition now. It's got to, at least for me, it's got to the stage where I'm self-employed, and if I'm doing stuff, I kind of need to make some money. In order to make money, you need to put a load of time into it, but in order to put a load of time into it, I need to make some money. And it's a chicken and egg thing, except there are no chickens or eggs or money. And it's hard to justify to my daughter why I can't feed her.
Talk about
Bloody
pulling
hell.
on the heart. Fucking
Jesus.
hell, that's a bit
you
thick,
just made
innit?
me donate.
Jesus Christ. Not that bad.
It's
It's
not
either
too late
this
to
or I
send us
don't
money.
feed my... It's either this or feed my kids and I can't make a choice.
It's not quite as bad as that, but it is.
Yeah.
I am also very sad to be ending it. I enjoy doing it, but in the same way that the number, like we tried last year to go from doing every fucking race, which is too many, to doing
many.
once a month. Even the once a months were quite hard because you'd be like, oh shit, now I've got to watch 3 races on a Monday afternoon. No, that's not how you're a fan, Terry. You're supposed to watch all the races. I know, I was busy.
Now is probably the perfect opportunity as well to say thank you. Thank you to everybody over the last 10 years that has sent us a pint, all 3, to
1.
ff1s.com/pint. Thank you so much for doing that. We have, if you want a recurring payment, we have now stopped those. You'll be happy to know. But the donate button is still on the website. So if you feel like you want to just, I don't know, like a thank you
Well,
payment.
I've got Irish roots, so yeah, I believe they like to drink at wakes. So if you want to buy a funereal pint for us all,
Yeah.
let's say every week.
Have a whip round.
Yeah.
Whenever you're watching the Formula One, be like, oh,
Yeah.
think about, should I donate to all those drivers that died? Or that podcast where they couldn't be asked anymore? Hey.
And what we do with that windfall payment, I don't know.
Yeah. But genuinely,
Put it on
although
the horses.
I should say just
My new horses
Double or nothing.
podcast. Fucking horses.
wait, no.
Oh, shit. No.
You can find that on the dark web. I mean, genuinely, to everyone that's sent money in, thank you so much. We've not made a fortune, but we have had quite a lot of very nice drinks, for which we are very grateful. And to everyone who's just listened, thank you. Really, it's quite nice that somebody that some people were more than happy to, and even enthusiastic about our ramblings and complaints and all that kind of jazz. I very much enjoyed. Do you remember back in the day when we did so many live shows? It was nice to meet everyone and read all the comments and see the same names coming up, and yeah, it's nice. Warms
And
the
we were doing
cockles of your
live
heart.
shows before that was cool.
Yeah, and I should say when we
fuck
say
the
live
amount of
shows, we mean live show.
Look, all the people who were there then have stopped listening. So we
That
can
was
pretend
it was a one-off.
It was a venue in London. I don't want to say it was the O2, but I'll just leave that there.
Yeah.
That we filled.
It may or may not rhyme with Tremblay.
I mean, it was in Balham, so I think we can rule those both out. Do you know what? Actually, thinking about it, we should have probably spent that money on basic living costs and not drink. That was probably our mistake. That's what other podcasts do.
Yeah, we probably should have said, it should have been growth money rather than beer money. But
I've just been so drunk for the last 10 years. I don't know what's going on half the time.
it has been good, though.
Oh, it's been great.
It's not all doom and gloom. There is an F1 season that is literally kicking off right now. So, I mean, are you... now you don't have the commitment of the podcast to deal with every month. Are you looking forward to the season? What are you excited about, Phil?
Yeah, I'll still be watching it. I'll still be enjoying it. And we should say that keep us subscribed to us on the socials, or at least the socials we're still on, which is Blue Sky, because we will probably be tweeting or whatever you call it about races if we're watching them.
Blue Sky.
I mean, there's a few things I'm looking forward to. I'll pick one so I don't steal everybody else's, but I'm quite looking forward to seeing how Alonso reacts to the fact that he will be another year older, and judging by testing, it looks like the Aston is the worst car on the grid. So that will be interesting. Is he going to be sort of holding on, desperately hoping that the Adrian Newey effect will give them a world beater next year? Will he last that long? He's going to be 45, I think, by then. I'm intrigued to see how he gets on.
Alonso's probably been listening to us go, well, as long as these guys are still doing it, I'm good.
How about you, Terry?
So the very first year of Formula One that I watched was 1989. And in that
There we
year...
go, Grandad.
I remember when this was all fields. In that year, a British man drove for Ferrari and won the first race. So let's just say that I think Lewis Hamilton's going to do a Nigel Mansell, and then I think he's going to spend most of the year retiring because of semi-automatic gearbox issues. That is a very niche joke for 1989 Formula One fans.
Then he's going to go to Williams,
That
but
wouldn't rule
then he's going to go to IndyCar.
I'm looking forward to seeing Hamilton in red. That's pretty much...
We've seen that in testing.
There we go. That's pretty much what I'm most excited about.
Okay, so you're done.
But
for the
just seeing
season.
how he's going to be.
Okay.
I mean, I know what he looks like in red, and also he dressed up like the fucking Godfather.
Which was great.
We get a chance to speak about that.
They made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing how he does this season, and in the Ferrari just mix things up a little bit.
I want to see how many drivers get banned for swearing. Quite looking forward to that. Or how many of them snap and just sort of perform some kind of military coup on Mohammed bin Sulayem. That would be quite fun.
It's going to be a mad year. Yeah, the politics is crazy. Everyone's waiting for the following rule change. The teams are all really close together. It looks like Red Bull aren't doing amazing so far. So, you got Lewis Hamilton in Ferrari. This is a great year. And there's a lot of podcasts going to be talking about it. You don't want to listen to our silly old farts. But
Unless, of course, you do, because, never say never. I'm going to go back to Mika Hakkinen again. He took a sabbatical that theoretically he is still on. So
Yes.
if he can come back, possibly, maybe we can come back, possibly.
That's a
So,
good
with
job.
enough petitions to Parliament, who knows what could happen. And I say, we will be on the socials. So
If our lives ease up to the point where we're able to do this and make it work, then we will do it again. But
Do you remember
right
when-
now, we're having to pause.
do you remember when they axed the Whisper chocolate bar?
No, it wasn't the Whisper, was it?
The Whisper Gold, maybe? There was a chocolate bar they axed. There's the Spira, long gone. Nobody
Yeah.
fucking remembers that.
I remember it. Didn't
about.
come back.
Yeah, it didn't come back. But Whisper had a campaign, which I think was concocted by the confectioners. But Whisper went away, and everyone went, "Oh my God, Whisper's amazing!" And then it came back. So I'm not saying this is a concocted PR stunt to make us appear more popular, and then when you all say, "Oh my God, we missed Formula One," I forgot what the fucking podcast is called. We missed Formula One podcast, whatever it's called, and we might come back, but we're not coming back. But we're never saying we're not say never, never, no.
We're not faking our own death just to see what people say at our funeral.
Hello, Herr Saunders. Meine Name is nicht Terry.
No, I've lost track of that. I completely
just
lost track of
enjoyed
where
it.
we are now.
I just enjoyed it.
One of the main
Hans.
reasons we're stopping is because Terry can't speak English anymore.
Yeah, he's too
However, he
German.
hasn't yet learned German either, so it's going to be confusing.
The
hate
one
to
thing
tell-
you haven't picked up in Germany is good timekeeping, though. That's
All right,
Ooh.
it's time to let you fuckers know. I've joined a new podcast called For F1 Saka.
Saka.
This is what happens. Often in German, I think I'll just go with it, and I'm sure I know the word. And I just end up saying the English word with a weird pronunciation. Is often what German is, to be fair.
Yeah. Good. That's what we do best as Brits.
Look, I think one thing to say is the other week I was watching that F1 launch event with fucking Jack Whitehall, and I thought to myself, this is too... you can't take the piss out of this. It's too ridiculous.
It's like a Trump presidency.
Yeah. Fuck it.
So on that note, it's goodbye from us, and it's goodbye to Terry Saunders.
Goodbye, everybody. We haven't had a chance to talk about Ron Dennis.
I'm fairly sure we've talked about him at some point, haven't we?
I'll do that joke.
And to Phil Tromans.
Goodbye. We haven't had enough time to thank producer Matt, who rarely gets the credit he deserves for bringing us all together and keeping us going for 10 years. But there's no time for it. Sorry, Matt.
We should also say a little thank you to Chica as well, who was helped build the team.
Dearly missed. She's not dead. But
I mean, I haven't heard from her for a while. I don't know.
She had another baby.
I got to admit to you, right, about half an hour ago, I texted Chica to say, hey, do you want to, if you're around, do you want to come on the podcast and say goodbye? Really like a little surprise. And as I did that text, I thought, I bet everyone else has done that, and she's going to just be there waiting anyway. Anyway, she hasn't replied.
Thank you to all the other guest presenters as well. What a great time we've had. Thank you to Nigel Mansell, who was our only celebrity guest.
Look, we've had a lovely time. We love Formula One. It's been very funny. We love our fans, even though I often pretend not to. I'm very happy that we've managed to do nearly 10 years of this stupid show, and I'm very thankful to all of you. And I'm going to go because I've got a lump in my throat, as Murray would say.
Good.
So you ended on a Murray Walker line.
Don't forget, you can still buy FF1S merch. Terry, where can they buy merch?
ff1s.com/shop while it's still there, because I think I've got to renew the website soon, and fuck that.
Yeah, it's also several years out of date, so if you want a Rio Haryanto tea towel, then that's the place to go.
I'm pretty sure we got a t-shirt about Alonso being old.
I've been Ollie Peart. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Love you. Bye.